much since I last saw ya. Hands on my head, up every day. Cool ding ding, hold my earrings for my debut. 'Cause I pack a punch back into a corner.
Getting punchy already.
I mean, it's been that kind of day. Why not?
Okay.
Let's do this. But what's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the WOOKIE. Joined here by my usual chicken nuggets. We got Dr. M. Sheep.
Moo.
The one who will move you to tears, Drasbor.
That's right, guys.
That wasn't very good. You're going to have to redo that. And
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Oh, there we go. And the Ewokiest of Ewoks, Ewok Jr.
Hello, Keyforge community. Glad to be here. Sheep, you're troubled with your animal types tonight, but hey, we're in good company.
He
because we're gonna get a little sloppy.
Animal challenged. Get it right. We do have some special guests tonight. We want to go over the Keychain Project. What is it? How do you get involved? We'll get through all these questions here in a short time, but let's introduce the people who made it happen. We will start with Dead Sync.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on. Good to be here.
JT Russell.
Hello, everybody. Happy to be here.
And Quick Draw.
Hey, guys. Thanks for the invite.
And no, Archon's Corner is not moving to adaptive. It will never. We still think it sucks.
Well, we have
we
to
are-
bid chains to see who talks first.
Well,
It isn't just shouting at,
I don't
it's
bid
shouting
chain.
at the top of your lungs
What,
here.
what are these chains you speak of?
Wookiee's just gonna moon you. and then,
Never
you know.
never heard of her before in my life.
He goes first.
But
I think
before-
we should have whoever's on the right will speak, and then after they speak, they move to the left flank. Then you have to wait till you get back to the right flank to speak again.
I see.
But they-
What you did
first
there.
player,
You're gonna
first speaker
whirlpool us
can only
right
say
away.
one word.
Skibbity
No.
toilet tactics. That's right.
Wait. I think we can do this.
Whirlpool.
Mm.
Yeah. So with the whirlpool, we're going to go ahead one word and then the next person, and we'll just we'll finish a complete sentence as a group.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, is this like that weird thing you're supposed to do? Like, yeah, you tell a story one word at a time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ready?
we're-
Wookie.
Around a campfire.
Pass. Anyways, getting into what we're doing tonight, we do.
His word was pass.
like-
Sheep. You're up.
No,
Moo.
we have to go into our local colloquialisms,
Okay.
right?
Oh.
So this is a local dialect that both myself and JR learned were a thing. All right. So we're going to give you a local term, right?
I'm sorry for anyone
it's
here.
a-
This goes out to our main man, Steve. So
This is almost as good as shit my wife Googled, right? It's almost as good.
we're
But
getting there.
this is a term we learned from our good friend Steve this week. So
Thank you, Mr. Rumpke.
I want everyone here. I'm going to give you a phrase, and you have to tell me what is it like the term for? Does that make sense?
Boy. Oh, boy.
Right. So like
Is
He's
this-
gonna say a phrase.
So, like, when it's-
somewhere in
when
the
it's-
United States.
when
It has
you
meaning.
hear thunder outside, right? People say the angels are bowling, right? If that's your jam, right?
Now.
Huh?
So you've never heard of that before?
Well, I just did right now.
Yeah.
I've heard it before. It's
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, it's a
That's a
thing, right? So the phrase is the devil beating his wife.
Oh gosh.
What happens? And I'll give you a hint. It
Told you,
happens
I apologize right
outside
away.
when the devil is beating his wife.
Sydney sends you a nasty email.
Nope, that's just called Thursday for the Wookiee.
Okay.
Is that your true guess? I'm
Hail.
Now
Hail.
Going with
Okay.
hail.
Hail. Drazkor.
I'm gonna say an eruption, like Mount Vesuvius style. You know.
Okay. Dead Sync.
I was just saying it's like really windy out and just like something keeps hitting like the side of a wall or something. I don't know.
All right. These are all great guesses. JT.
I was going to go hurricane. Jeez.
Hurricane. All right. Quick Draw.
I feel like I've heard this before, but I don't know. I was thinking hail as well.
Damn, Pete has it. So Pete's heard this before. It is when it is raining outside on a sunny day. That is the devil is beating his wife.
So-
Interesting.
Interesting.
I think I'm going to let this fall right back out of my head and pretend I never heard it.
Seems fair to me, but we have to get all the other Archon's Corner questions out of the way because we have new people here, right? Number one, what is your favorite
Asshole or clown?
what is your favorite type of Mountain Dew? Dead sick.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's been a while since I could hold my Mountain Dew up high. I don't even know if that's the words of the song, but I would just say regular. I guess regular Mountain Dew.
Regular.
I guess I don't know. I don't frequent it enough.
There's so many.
It's been like a
types.
decade.
All right, JT.
And regular has been there for all that time.
That's true. JT, what's your favorite type of Mountain Dew? Ooh,
I feel like I can't just say OG, so I'm going to go with Code Red.
Code Red. Solid pick. Quick draw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the only kind of Mountain Dew that existed the last time I drank it was the regular Mountain Dew, and I drank a lot of it, so I'm going to go with that one.
Solid. Poor choices. Expect nothing else. But what's the best type of Girl Scout cookie? I'll just let you guys go. Just kind of go on your own.
Thin Mints. It's obviously Thin Mints.
Okay. Solid
Samoa.
choice.
Solid.
Who said Samoa?
I would throw out tagalongs. That's the peanut butter filled one, right? The chocolate on the outside.
Local local Girl Scout troop leader JR? I don't know. Actually,
It's
don't
the
know.
peanut butter in the middle with the chocolate on the outside. I can't remember now. Maybe it's not called.
Is that a
tagalong. I don't
tagalong?
know.
But you called Samoa, right?
Somebody said Samoas, and that is the correct answer.
Samoa
That was my
is that is a type of Girl Scout cookie from what's there. So Samoa's is actually what we see as our caramel delights.
I was say they're now called Caramel Delights.
Well, no. It actually. So this is interesting. Depending on where you are in the United States, they'll have different names for some of the cookies. So
Oh,
Ooh.
Pete predicted that as well. Pete just knows everything that's happening in chat.
Pete is in. He lives in your head rent free.
ooh.
He's our local, and I'll tell you what. Like I played him on TCO the other day, and he had all the answers for everything. It was kind of ridiculous.
We should have a trivia contest between Pete and Wizard Random.
Ooh.
Oh, we could do this. It would be like a weird Jeopardy type deal.
Yeah, I would watch that.
All right, I think that's all. What else we got? What else? Should we ask them what's their favorite W energy drink is? Which one? I know it's new to you guys. It's
Have they? Did you release the last episode? I don't know.
Yeah,
Does people actually know what we're talking about? Okay.
yeah.
I have no idea what that is anyway.
They didn't listen to it though, because
I got one. I know. I tried them. The devil beating his wife is probably one of the best flavors out there. Maybe very controversial.
Nope. Try again. That's not even a flavor.
Ooh. I'm going Big Energy Tears. I mean,
See, somebody
easy,
listened.
easy.
Somebody listened. Big Energy Tears is a solid name.
Yes.
But you guys can help us out by going over to w.gg. Totally a sponsor. And get 10% off of your W energy drinks by using code DRAWBETTER at checkout. Somebody's got to support.
still can't believe you tricked them into sponsoring us.
They came to us. So
So they tricked us. Okay.
yeah, they came to us and they're like, "Hey, we like your jam, and we like to sponsor it." And now it is.
And soon on the docket is Malort too. So right behind you.
One day we'll get Malort. This lady still doesn't believe that I don't want anything other than but the right to use their logo. She's like, you gotta want something, and I was like, well, I mean, free Malort would be great, but I ain't gonna push it, But either way. But we got tons to talk about today. You guys released the Keychain project. Are you calling it a project? Is it just Keychain? What do you refer to it as?
It's Keychain. Just Keychain.
Just Keychain. And what in the world made you guys go, you know what? I'm going to do Ghost Galaxy's job for him.
I can answer that actually. It was the announcement for the Discovery sets and how they came with keychains.
Yep.
That's the point when I literally messaged JT and I said, JT, like, I think we need to do something because I don't think it's going to happen if the players don't do it. And that was for me was what it was, and ironically, I don't even think that's why we had the name Keychain, but I think that's actually like when that announcement happened, that's when I first thought about this.
And then how did the project originally start? Like what was the base workaround idea?
I can let DeadSync talk about that because DeadSync has been going at this for a very long time at his locals with spreadsheets and achievements and things like that. And so I think a lot of what we're trying to do is kind of based on what DeadSync has been doing for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like, in my mind, I view it as like the perfect culmination. And I mentioned to JT and QuickDraw to thank them for kind of including me in this because it's been something that I've been doing for our locals for a little while. It's kind of evolved in Google Sheets, which is fine. We were able to track event history, and then I always had this idea of like, well, video games do this really well, right? They have things like player cards, and they have achievements, and they have these little things that kind of incentivize people to keep playing, to keep coming every week or day or whatever it is. And so I said, let's try that in Google Sheets, which is not great, not the best form factor for that, but we tried it anyway, and it seemed to at least work well enough. And then that's when, a little after, JT and QuickDraw, you reached out. Because the truth is, even though I had some of like those ideas there, I definitely couldn't do anything better than Google Sheets. And JT and QuickDraw kind of brought like the next level of what that idea needed to go at a larger scale.
Before we get any further, I need to get one thing out of the way very quickly. I do absolutely none of the work for this. It is literally all JT and DeadSync to this point. I am just happy to like tag along and talk over people for a bit here. But to be perfectly honest, like JT is the developer here, the coder. DeadSync has a lot of the designs, the graphics, things like that. And I'm just kind of riding their coattails for this one for a while.
So your management, basically, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
I am the middle manager. It is exactly what I am.
Yeah,
Well,
so
and
really,
it's so necessary,
all because
though.
of you.
It's so necessary.
It's nice of you to say.
Well,
Keeps us on track.
So
you're the idea guy,
driving
right?
force,
Chief
yeah.
ideator, having started the concept.
I don't know. I think we all kind of like had the ideas in our head a bit, and I just have a long history of telling JT that he should probably be able to code something. Like it couldn't be that hard, and then he actually goes and does it sometimes. So
Just like a manager. This is genius.
Yeah. I think you initially started out with saying something like, hey, we just need a leaderboard or something so I can get my locals to keep coming back. And now people like need passwords that work and all this other garbage. So like, what are we doing? Like that sheet man. Gotta have his password work.
Well,
It's so needy.
Here at AC, we are well experienced with coders who flake. So
Yeah. By the way, we're looking for a new one if any of you guys are interested.
yeah, if you want another project that needs some help,
If you'd be like, if you would like to be the new Southerly Elf, just let us know.
yeah,
well,
or
we're
you
looking
two
for
can
developers
get busy
too,
with
aren't we?
life and not be able to do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could be a northerly gnome.
Yeah. As long as you don't like run off and get married and like disappear.
Wow.
I mean,
I've done those ones already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically kind of where we sit at
So
this
it's-
point in time.
So I
Yeah.
know there's some joking around about engagement, but I think this is a really important concept. We've talked about it ad nauseum for being able to draw in new players.
Weekly
but-
for 2.5 years.
But I think that this is actually a really nice way to be able to have consistent engagement, whether that's a leaderboard that's, we had the kits that we used to come from FFG, or now here with Keychain, it's something that's there. I also see some of the connections with TCO achievements back in the day. You'd play a random card because you wanted to go ahead and have the most plays on said card. And Khalifi Dragon, I think of Ben, who was going ahead and just racking up those plays. I think it engages players and brings them in because there's some additional incentive. And to have some nice flashy achievements to go with it is really, really nice. So I don't know if there was any inspiration there from TCO achievements, but it was definitely something that I could see kind of connecting. And a huge highlight is that engagement.
I know, I'm sure both QuickDraw and DeadSync are anxious to jump on that thread there. But I will say, yeah, I think we've kind of got the top of the pyramid for OP right now. Like it's pretty much there, but the bottom has been hard to flush out, right? Like getting that foothold back in LGS it's been a little tricky. So that was really what we were hoping to kind of spark with this, maybe give sort of like consistent base to build on for the bottom of the pyramid in the OP scene. Yeah.
Well, and that's what's needed. We have a number of stores where people are just very, very casual. So we want them to be able to come consistently. If we can bring players in on a weekly basis instead of a biweekly, or instead of, biweekly instead of monthly, the more that they can build it into their lifestyle, the more this game has a foothold and will grow. And when you see groups playing, whether that's in your LGS or whether that is, at a brewery or another establishment where you're meeting to play, it's engaging. And so I think this is a great way to be able to provide that lower kind of tier, but still at a very, very high level for engagement.
Yeah, engagement is like the number one thing I think we're trying to do. Sorry, Andrew. Yeah, like the whole point of this is to get people to say, like, I really want to go to my store this week to play Keyforge because X, Y, and Z. I can climb the leaderboard. I can get these achievements. I can get a new badge. Like, we're just trying to build something that will give people a reason to go to their store to play Keyforge more.
Yeah, and we were just even talking about, you kind of mentioned that QuickDraw and Ewok, like the way some of the early conversations we had is that we believe that there are a lot of different motivators for people, right? Some people are like very competitive minded and they want to be the top in the leaderboard at their store, or maybe even kind of across the world, so to speak. So they might want to return to their store to constantly grow their place in the leaderboard. Some people just like to see, their numbers go up, to see personal growth, to see the stats grow up, to see their level go up, to do that. Some people are motivated by expressing themselves. And that's kind of what we have with the player card system is as you play and level up, you can unlock new avatars, new banners, new kind of profile backgrounds. And then, of course, achievements, which we have a new name for. We're going to be calling them awards. And we could talk a little bit about that later. We have some sneak previews for you guys. But that's another motivator too, right? Some people just want to unlock the shiny thing because it's cool and you could say, hey, I got this. So our kind of hope with Keychain as a whole is that maybe not every single thing is for everyone, but hopefully that we will provide something that people resonate with, and that's what brings them back each week.
Well, and I can speak to that as I'm sitting in our keychain at slappylabwork.com. I'm, going to have to push our individual to push a little bit further because there are some options to be able to unlock. So it's a reason that I want to be able to come out, build that community, but I'm looking at, you can see the little lock screen for 10, 20, 40, 50. I can also see houses at 2. So I can choose my favorite house, or even some of these at 5 or 17. And so you're looking for repeated, consistent play. And again, that's how we're going to get better at Keyforge, and it's how we're going to grow the community. So this is awesome. Icons, counters, and tokens, and the other that's shown at the back end. So some real, there's a nice teaser in the background, and I'll have to take a screenshot of this for our group. But I think that you guys have a lot that's been in the background. So very, very nice.
Yeah, I want to get to level 15 so that I can unlock the tight pip, because that's the best name for it.
Oh, right in the heart.
I mean,
I think that's what the alt text says here.
Some jabs, then you're at the wrong place.
I mean, as long as you can pilot your deck to 15, you'll be fine. So.
All right, guys, it was nice being here. I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Well, that was longer than I anticipated, but we
Brad's like, why is it not unlocking for me? Why is it not unlocking for me on that level? It's not unlocking for some reason.
Oh, I know. There's some code if Drazkar.
Yeah, right.
Guys, I can't
lock forever.
If the Drazkar, then no.
Hey, it puts up a little text box. What's the real name of this icon? And I'm like, it doesn't work.
That's going to be the password reset hint. It's like, what is this pip? Yeah, captcha for you.
What is the best set?
There you
Oof.
go.
Yeah, and you know one thing too about these, you saw you saw the avatars. There's another tab up there to look at the backgrounds.
Yes.
And this is something that we really wanted to stress from the start. Right, our goal is to kind of support this for a long time to come. So this will not be the only set of kind of customizable content that you'll have. We will continue to add more over time because, out of all the options here, right, we offer a bunch of options for expression, right? People will resonate with certain things. But over time, you might want to change that too, right? So you're going to probably want more options to pursue. And so that's the great part about this platform is we can kind of continue to offer new content over time and just kind of, again, keep it like a living ecosystem.
I think it's really cool, right? Like to be able to come in, customize, right? When I clicked on the leaderboard, right, and I see the leaderboard, and I'm like, oh, I need to not just be the default, right? I need to change it around. I need to pick something, like pick a different little icon for myself, so I can see myself in the leaderboard and whatnot. I think it's sort of stuff people enjoy, we'll come back to and see, hey, how easily can I find myself climbing the leaderboard?
Well, I think back with FFG, and that was something that Z held on to was I am in that first position, and he will hold the longest standing, stance for first in Keyforge for the longest time. But this allows someone. I know Kirby's here over in the audience, and we're posting for those who are following along. But Kirby has that all-time leader right now for Keychain, and so there's competition to push. There you go, man. Shout out for you. But I love it with 2 months in to see where players are and to see how that leaderboard is transitioning. Or it is a motivation for many individuals in CCGs or in card games. So very well done.
Totally. And there's
Thank you.
kind of the split between the, experience and participation rewarding and sort of performance rewarding. So the leaderboard sides, this is kind of like the folks who want to get sweaty, maybe track their progress, see their stats go up. And then we're also kind of rewarding you on a participation basis. So you'll see some of that being highlighted in other areas. But I know the leaderboards resonate with me, so I'm glad we got that in there for the folks who really want to get sweaty. Totally.
And right now, you can only look at profiles of other people in your own playgroup, but I think eventually it's going to be opened up so that you can at least click in on other people's profiles and kind of see the personalizations they've made in them. So it's going to grow. There's still a lot of features being added. This is still the beta period. And the achievements thing that you guys talked about earlier, pulling from the TCO Crucible Tracker stuff that was there, I would say that's definitely an inspiration. There's a lot of things we're thinking about similar to that. Maybe not the specific wacky things you can do in a game, but we're definitely pulling from those ideas of win a game with Worlds Collide Brobnar, or do this other stuff. And so maybe eventually we're able to track deck data and just have the EO submit the name of the player and the deck that they played and use the APIs to pull things in. And this is just, again, a middle manager talking about all this hard stuff that JT is going to eventually have to do for us.
Perfect.
No,
put that on the storyboard.
Definitely planning on getting decks in there at some point. This is all one person bandwidth at some point on the click clackety side. And I guess, make this the opportunity to say, if you are interested in leapfrogging the draw better cards experience and want to develop on the keychain experience, there's a chance.
You think you can get somebody else to come? Maybe. You might be like, oh, those guys are assholes.
You gotta find them first.
Somebody nice.
As long as you have a backup for your code, we're fine. The short answer is that going ahead and being able to see the information data, just a simple access point. What do you guys think about someone choosing to, as the EO, to come in as tournament organizer and kind of just, hey, yes, my deck had Worlds Collide Brobnar. And so there's a checkbox there. Something as simple as that versus being able to track the decks. It all has to be manageable and scalable because there's a lot of legwork that has to be done on the backside that people miss.
Totally. And there's a couple parts to that, right? Like we want it to not be a burden on the EO side, but I think we're really going in with trust as like a founding principle here, especially for the EOs. Like, yeah, we're gonna, and I'm sure we're gonna talk about it a little bit more later, but we do plan on doing an achievement system that's more akin to what you're, reminiscing on from the tracker. And there will be a part of that where it's just like, hey, EOs, like if you see somebody do this cool thing, give them the badge, give them the award. Totally.
Now, here's a thought. Crazy Wookie over here. Hi.
Yep.
Did you ever think about maybe getting with a Nova and integrating it maybe into a like Dex of Keyforge? Because they have a tournament system. Somehow being able to tap into that where when people report onto the Dex of Keyforge, it automatically does a thing on Keychain?
It's a solid idea. We hadn't thought about that, I don't think.
I don't know, ashamed to say that we didn't. I reached out to the GG folks a few times about tapping into playstyle, but haven't tried Nova.
That's still a thing that works. Playstyle, right?
I mean, just go to the
Playstyle's
website
in beta.
and poke around. You'll probably find the code, and then
You guys
just,
actually might be able
change
to
it
fix
and
playstyle.
hook into it.
Right.
And then the other one is Challenge, right? There's still some
Challenge.
people are using that.
Challenge would
Yeah,
be,
most
I think,
people
a
use
bigger
Challenge.
struggle. They're a little bit bigger of a company, right? Like, so,
But I think they already have it outputting.
or are they like an open
Okay.
source type deal? I was gonna, I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
can connect with them. Then it's like now you arm wrestle all of your players to like connect their challenge accounts, make sure they have challenge accounts. But like the thing that's nice about playstyle or DOK is like most of these folks have playstyle accounts. Everybody's got a Master Vault account. Everybody for the most part's got a DOK account. So that's a pretty easy connect DOK or like run your event through DOK. So if that, I don't know, maybe we'll reach out and see if they're interested. That would be pretty sweet.
It was just
I know.
I know
Um,
DOK
I know a
is more
Sunday-
open source now.
And Wednesday group that use DOK a lot. Got a lot of experience with it.
Yeah.
And would like to track some results.
But we can,
And so there's the transition. What events count for this keychain?
Right now
Yeah,
it's
so-
just LGS. Yeah, go ahead, DeadSync.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, yeah. So right now during the beta period, we're just focusing on LGS-based playgroups for now. That doesn't mean that we don't want to support other types of playgroups like online play, first of all, and just leagues and things of that nature. There's obviously the talk of is it possible to do premier events? It's a conversation we've had. It requires some extra consideration. So for now, LGS-based playgroups is where we're focused. That lets us kind of go through, the motions of learning of how people are engaging with it, what problems are they running into, what do they like, what do they don't like, and then go from there. And as far as what events right now are kind of included, we offer guidance for our EOs, which will be public at some point, probably after the beta, as to like how they report that. And we have that in two different classifications. One is called the tournament, which basically means you have to have rounds. You have to have pairings. You can't just play the same person 5 times and then smash them and say, I won 5 games. You have to have some sort of round pairing system, whether it's Swiss, round robin, 2LO. We try to keep that as flexible as possible because we know people conduct their events differently. But ultimately, the main factor is that you're running some sort of tournament and that you can determine a winner from it. And that has one set of behaviors. And then another type of reporting is what we call open play, which doesn't really matter what you do. You're showing up, you're playing Keyforge. There's no real effort to kind of pick a winner, so to speak. But people are playing in a loose and unorganized manner, but they're out playing Keyforge. And we wanted to support that too, because we know that that's how some people play as well. And we want that to be just as rewarding. It doesn't, advance leaderboard progression, but it does allow you to earn experience at an equivalent rate. So people are still getting rewarded for that.
We talked about engagement and motivation earlier, and one of the big things is that while we're trying to engage and motivate people, we're also trying to not disengage and demotivate other people. And the way that this is set up so far, and this is again just because it's still in the beta period, we only have one leaderboard. It's just the leaderboard, and that's it. And this is specifically for the LGS groups right now. And so once we open it up to online groups, like our fear right now is that we don't want online play, since it is so much easier to jump into an online tournament or something like that. We don't want that to kind of like completely dominate the leaderboard and have people say like, oh, well, I was thinking about going to my LGS this weekend to try to climb the leaderboard, but I'm buried anyway because there's all these online leagues that people play in all the time. So we're trying not to flood it with online data at this time. Eventually, I think there'll probably be a delineation between online leagues, like an online league leaderboard, and then an LGS leaderboard. But right now, we don't have that split, and so we're trying to not, get the people that are going to their stores disengaged right now until we get that functionality like fully released.
How do you feel about how that interacts with how many people don't actually have a store to go and play at?
Yeah, that's a great point. That's why we want to eventually support that. And this is still beta, right? Like once this is like more built out, then we absolutely want to give those people that don't have a local store somewhere where they can still engage with this leaderboard. It's just not ready yet because of the reasons I mentioned a few minutes ago.
So what are some of the things that you see as those steps to get towards a spot where you guys would see like, oh yeah, we can say no longer beta, now it's 1.0 or whatever. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to adding?
Draz, can you ask that same question to GG at KFC?
I mean, we ask GG that question all the time. I think we're about to get a better answer than
How we're gonna get out of beta.
GG.
We have asked Gigi that question for 3 years. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 years running.
I'll just sit back here. Thank you, guys. All right.
Nice.
JT, you have a list of things that you have, like, I can kind of probably dig it up too, but a list of things that we wanted to do before the beta was done.
Yeah, and like, please chime in. And I'm going to be candid with you here too. Like this was an honest beta period, right? Like we said, gosh, it's not like ready for a general availability release. We know there's going to be bugs. We know there's going to be things that we want to do, and we don't even know all of the things that we want to do before we like call it ready. So we've been listening super closely to the feedback that's come in and have actually implemented a bunch of stuff that has surfaced from that we didn't necessarily plan on doing initially. So I'm going to give you an answer, but also say that like it does change. We definitely want to flesh out the award system so that I think, keep alluding to it, but we'll get into maybe some more detail. We want to get some level of discoverability for playgroups. So a way for you to like, I don't know, see what groups are in your area or see who's climbing the leaderboard at some other playgroup, that sort of thing.
Amazing.
And then the last thing, Dead Sync, cover your ears. Like we're like, I'm very sensitive to where we hear the friction points are. Right, less sensitive to like grumpy sheep who can't log in. Less sensitive, but other folks. But no, like when folks say, it's a pain to like input my results, we start thinking about things like, well, maybe we do need to integrate with some sort of a tournament software or have some sort of like lightweight support for it in the app. I think that's more of a stretch, but it's kind of like on the like list of ideas. The first two I feel very good about, and we're like well underway with the kind of award system. But beyond that, it's really like, hey, does it feel like we have enough signal from the community that this is a thing they're going to value? Because, that's also like, again, honest beta. If people come back and say, yeah, it's neat, but like, we don't really care all that much, we'll say, okay, well, we tried. But I get like a good, strong early signal. I think we've got a couple things that we definitely want to do. And yeah, definitely listening to the feedback that's coming in.
Yeah, one more thing to add is you talked about how you can search for other play groups and see who's there. We also want to have a system where you can schedule events on here for your play group and have other people see. I don't know if it's going to be like a calendar or what it is, but you could at least be able to see what events are happening when around the world. And hopefully if you see like, hey, like this play group here has like a weekly event, that might motivate other groups to be like, hey, like they're doing weekly, like why can't we do weekly? And let's try to do that. So that's another big one, I think, is like the event scheduling and a calendar like that. Yeah, and then like you said, JT, if anyone has ideas for things that they would like to see, if I think Dr. Sheep, you released the Discord invite earlier, there is a channel in the Keychain server for feedback, and we read all of it, and we want to make sure that we're building something that people want. That's the number one thing. It's like we're trying to build something that people want. We don't really have like a specific vision that we are forcing. We want to hear what would get people interested in playing and build that. So share your feedback with us in that channel, and it'll probably get added to the backlog if we like it.
You know, I'm just looking at the feedback channel right now, and there's some really thoughtful things being put in by players. Right? I see Cube Lava asking a bunch of good questions. I see some comments from Liquid Squash. I've got some comments in there. But if you go all the way to the bottom, the last note is from Dr. Sheep that just says, "Your stuff is broken." There you go. Good job, Dr. Sheep.
Really He's very succinct.
Really contributing there, Sheep. Really contributing. That's a normal Sheep contribution. Your stuff, it no work.
Yeah. So in all transparency, logging in through Discord or with your Discord app actually is working and working very, very well. You do need an EO who will report your information. That is also important. So have someone who you can trust. But my question is, maybe I'm listening.
Who can't you trust? Is that what you're? Tell me a list of names.
I have no
names.
Words
it's just name. Share. There's just one name. It's one person.
Let's say that I am a tournament organizer.
Yeah.
How would I go ahead and get started with this keychain?
Good question.
Do you want me in beta or?
So we have. Yeah, so there's a interest form that we had sent out originally, and we can drop the link for that again. It's basically an application, for lack of a better word, to say, here's who I am, here's what kind of a play group I belong to, here's the name of my store if I have one, etc. All this other information about it. Submit that, and then we've been kind of growing the beta period. Like we started with, I think, just like 5 to 10 different groups, and now I think we've bumped it to 10 to 20. I'm not sure how many we have right now. But I'll drop the link for that form. People can fill it out, and as we get to a point where we want to grow the beta a bit more, we add in some more event organizers to the whole thing, and just kind of grow it that way. I think we're gonna probably add some more people once we get like the first round of awards and stuff out there to give people something else to see. But yeah, there's an interest form I dropped in the chat here, and I'm sure Wookie will put it in the show notes as well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
What show notes? What are those?
You know who does my show notes?
Wait, you guys have show notes? What whatever? Slavi Lab Work? Whatever podcast.
Wow. Oh yeah. It took us like 100 episodes, but we do have show notes now.
Help from Sloppy Lab.
I'm impressed, guys. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely ahead of us there.
Yeah. Even in episode numbers.
I will
wait till you see
one thing.
I will drop this immediately in past episodes, and I will go ahead and flag it for us. So there you go, my friends.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
At this point, we're kind of like mostly letting folks in tranches, but trying to like just make sure we're managing first impressions, right? So as we're getting oh yeah, there you go. Tournament code for DOK. Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can look at the code and be like, no, I'll do it for you.
The other like gotcha there for me is my day job is tournament software. So I'm like, do I want to do like the IP dance? I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, managing first impressions. So if we have a new thing that's coming out, we may batch some next tranche of beta folks so that they're like timed to get a nice first impression on a new thing, which I mean, I think achievements or awards rather is pretty close. So that's probably when the next group's going to come on in.
Hi.
Wookie here. Your day job is legit tournament software? Really?
Oh. Yeah. Tournament software and like ratings, rankings type stuff. Yeah.
Wow. You got to talk your company into getting in bed with Keyforge.
They have a tournament software.
Wow.
How much do you like Minnesota?
They like tournament software that doesn't work. I mean, definitely works. Somebody had to turn it on and turn it back off. Or just wait. Either one.
You're talking about the play style where
Yeah.
it was just quote unquote lag.
Yeah, it was just that's the thing.
One
But
thing
hi,
I
I
did
feel
want to
that's-
shout out.
Good.
Oh, sorry. I just want to shout out one thing that also, speaking of, you mentioned playstyle, and like obviously integrations with Thing is a challenge in itself. But I just wanted to shout out some of the awesome wizardry JT has enabled, and that is Keychain does allow limited integration with your Master Vault account, and it's kind of, I won't go into like the technical details because I don't know them all fully, but ultimately what this allows people to do is you can actually kind of essentially scan in with Keychain with your Master Vault account, and that allows you to actually kind of superimpose your Master Vault QR onto your player card. And we actually kind of gave a shout out on our server to people who are going to Rochester this past few weeks to scan in, and I'm happy to say that some people did do that and that it worked. And so another element of this too is being able to show up in person to events that run, or run with play style, and show up and say, "Hey, check out my really cool player card that has this avatar and this background, and let me sign into the event with that." So that's another cool thing that I wanted to shout out that JT was able to do.
you'll have to show me how to do that. That's actually all of us are headed to Roseville next week, so we could.
It is optional. We don't. Yeah, it is optional, but it's a cool way to do it, and we'll definitely walk you through it.
So here's another fun idea, right? DeadSync is most notably known for the awesome creator cards that you created last year at KFC. Is there any thought to giving? So you have access to the player card QR code, right? I think it'd be pretty dope if I were to be able to. Now, obviously, there's going to be a money involved, so I would say you'd probably want to make people buy them. Be able to buy my Keychain player card with my QR code and all of my sweet accomplishments on it.
I'm just going to say something. You're seeing it presented on the website in a certain way. There is, I could say this now, obviously no guarantees for nothing. It is designed, the full version, we kind of have different views of it right now, but the full version was designed to exactly match a jumbo size card.
Ooh,
which, as you can imagine, well, so you could see we're leaving the door open in as many ways as we can. Obviously, we always come across new things. We go, oh, we wish we did that, We're always looking for ways to kind of set us up for more things down the road. Mm-hmm. And a print version of the player card is definitely something we've talked about. And it has been designed, I would say, in some of like the initial mock-ups we did, designed with that in mind and a way to do that, even though it's not ready yet. Obviously there's, like you mentioned, Wookie, all the financial part, how does that work? Right. But it's designed with that in mind.
You'd have to charge some people, because I did a bunch of the full art in here somewheres for, hopefully they come. I don't know where they are, but hopefully they come for Roseville. And I'm able to give them away. They ain't cheap. So, hopefully they're here in time, but like, yeah, that'd be sweet to be able to be like, oh, yep, I've already got my key purchased, and I can just hand my card to Marcus or G and be like, here, scan that. And I'm done, right? I don't gotta, because I don't know what it is, but you get 200 people in the same room and y'all try to scan into the same server that's already struggles. Sometimes you're like, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to load. And you could be waiting for some time.
Yeah, so players like DeadSync just said can log into their Keychain. If you go to your account and click on My Account, there's an option for the Master Vault at the bottom. You can connect your Master Vault account to your Keychain account. But just a PSA for anyone, when you do that, that QR code that shows up in your player card is the same QR that is in the Master Vault. So you should keep it just as private as you would your Master Vault QR code.
Y'all can have my Master Vault QR code.
I mean, I assume this was just a thing so JT Russell could run around with all our QR codes and,
I'm scraping everybody's codes.
He can have
the code racket.
You can have mine. You ain't getting nothing from it. It's all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So if
Now,
you,
I mean,
those,
you can just buy so many keys, so many event keys, you wouldn't even know. Yeah.
feel free. Eventually,
they're
your
not
thumb's gonna get
private. Looks like
tired.
they are, but yeah.
Eventually, your thumb's gonna get tired from hitting that button so many times. Alrighty, boys. What other questions do we got? JR, you went quiet, which is odd for JR.
Sorry, I was distracted. My wife came down and she was very excited that today, if you were not aware, there was a new pope for the Roman Catholic Church, and she was explaining.
And it's quick draw.
No. But she a little Wisconsin to Illinois tension here, but it was Chicago produced a pope before a quarterback.
Yeah, how did Chicago of all places produced a pope?
Well, no, this was not expected, but wait for it. Chicago produced a pope before a QB who throws for 4,000 yards. That's right. They produced a pope before a quarterback.
When I think of moral superiority, the first thing that comes to mind, Illinois.
And I heard the Pope is on keychain too. I swear I heard it somewhere. Can you believe it? Wow. What an accomplishment.
Well, I know, Quick Draw, you were bummed that you got axed on our last little before beta testing. But please know that we are going to go ahead and flush the system out, and that's the idea, is to make it even better. Where do you guys see this kind of going from here? What is your next step? What are you hoping for?
Do you guys want to talk? Is this a good segue, perhaps, to awards? You all think?
Yeah, go for it.
It was on a platter. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something we talked about. We kind of teased it in some of our promo materials early of achievements, right? That's what we called it then. We've since kind of had some more conversations about that, how that would look. And we realized that there's a little bit even more to explore there. So what we're going to be teasing on Archon's Corner for the first time, and we'll follow up with this in a news post in the coming weeks, is what we're calling the tease. It's a tease to the tease, yes.
Yes.
Called the award system, and awards means a bunch of things. And what we're going to share with you, we're going to give you kind of a breakdown of what is included in awards, and also show you the first of the awards right now. So awards is the entire collection of those types of things, and that consists of achievements, of badges, and trophies. And again, the surface level we'll share about how these will work is that badges are things you do once and you get them. And this is kind of, I feel like the TCO tracker style approach. We don't have a whole lot of these, in the sense that, requiring to do something in a game requires you to tell an EO and then they have to approve it. But there's other things too, like, did you attend a pre-release event for Prophetic Visions, for example? Did you attend this type of event? These are where we can do that. So badges, you earn them, you try to collect them once, and then you got them. Achievements are similar, but they are kind of more accrued by your stats going up, and they can be earned multiple times. So they can be essentially leveled up into different tiers. And then lastly, our trophies, where you can earn them multiple times, typically associated with placement in an event, right? So, well, we're gonna now that we've kind of whet your appetite, I'm gonna show you our first badge that we designed. Well, not the first badge that we designed, but the first that we're gonna show on Archon's Corner. So I'm doing this from my phone, so we'll see how this goes. But in the chat, I'm gonna share, reveal to you now, and this, I have to preface this, by the way, and say that it's really serendipitous here, because this kind of has an Archon's Corner kind of vibe, in the sense that we wanted to maybe pay homage as a thank you for us being here, and that all the stuff you've done for the community. So here it is. I'm posting it. There it is. Wait. Oh, do you see that?
Oh, yes.
All right, that's a prototype. We obviously love we love Sandra Boynton. in our house. This was
Hold on.
I think this was the real one.
All right, for all of our friends listening on audio. Hold on. All of our friends listening on audio. Wookie, can you go ahead and say what, or Drazgor, I don't care. What is the first piece that Dead Sync went ahead? What does it say?
So it says,
Well, the first one
says,
Good.
keychain is the best. Or I guess it's supposed to be the best.
Yeah.
And it has a little sheep. All right, and then Drazgor, you get the second one.
A sheep says, Dark Tidings is the best set. Just like Dr. Sheep always says.
Yep. There's one thing I've always said. That's a thing Dr. Sheep always says.
Yeah.
I realize I might have sent some wrong files. I'm sorry. I don't know how they got there. But listen, we're in beta, right? Things happen.
Yeah.
You have to just roll with the punches. But here it is. And what we're sharing now is the first badge, which we are calling House Party. And as you can see, it's a little bit of an homage to kind of what you have going on at Archon's Corner. I don't really know what the logo is for Archon's Corner these days. It kind of feels like it evolves and constantly grows. But this is kind of the one I think of when I kind of return to. And yeah, so this is really the first award we've ever shown in full, and it's called House Party. And that is unlocked by, at any given time, have cards which belong to 6 or more different houses under your control. So if you manage to get all those cards on all the different houses at an event where you're playing Keyforge, then your EO can confirm that and unlock that for you. So hopefully that kind of shows the potential of what we're able to do. Again, we're not going to be doing, at least to start, too many of these kind of conditional ones like the TCO style, because it's a lot of weight on the EOs and we want to be mindful of that. But we think a few are still awesome to kind of chase down, and hopefully you can see the potential of what we can do.
Where's the award for do a shot with the Wookiee?
Ooh.
Is that in there?
All right. So Sheep has
I'll take that as a no.
So
We'll put it on the list,
Yeah, you never know.
So she posted our original icon for AC. So you see AC in the middle, and you see that colors actually match very, very well. For this house party, red is in the top left, kind of coming in, but it's blurred out. White is on the top. We had gray. Purple is on the right, and purple's on the right. Blue is in the bottom left. Gold is in the bottom center, and then green on the bottom right. So it is very AC with our traditional amounts, and pretty crazy to be able to see how long this cast has been going in other casts. So we appreciate that.
Did you say I have to have 6 different cards from 6 different houses?
Yeah, you're gonna have to be
just control cards of it could be any number of cards as long as you have 6 houses.
Aren't there cards in this game that belong to all houses?
No,
those actually got eroded. Those got eroded to be they can be used as if they belonged
to the
houses. But they don't actually belong to all the houses. Yep.
Guys, this achievement is not that hard to get. I've done it many times. All
this is a dirty DT achievement. Is what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make hay with
Whirlpool and that Star Alliance creature.
Yep, which is why we're being trolled with it. I love it.
That nobody remembers the name of because it's from a set that nobody plays.
It's Diplomat a Gung. Everyone knows Diplomat a Gung.
Everyone knows Why don't you tell us what it does? Because
it was one of the good cards in the set.
It was a very good card. Yeah, 2 power Star Alliance creature. Play and reap. You can choose another creature you have in play and name a house, and it belongs to that house for the rest of the turn. So you play that guy. You can use Unity or Discord to take it back and play him again and get another one. So if you really wanted to mess around, you could just, use those multiple uses for the Diplomatic Gung to make 6 different houses just to get this badge.
You could.
So I understand the mechanics here. So basically what you do is you raise your hand, call EO, and the EO runs over. You're like, look what I did. And then they go into the app and they mark that, hey, you should have this badge effectively. Like there'd be like a menu screen or admin screen or something where they can do this. Is that my understanding correctly?
More or less.
That
Yeah,
part's being fleshed out. And I don't know. We went with like a self-reported and approved model for invitations. Maybe we'll do that too if that gets too cumbersome. So maybe
I like that.
Say, yeah, hey, I got this one, and I don't know. Maybe there'll be like a show picture or something too. Could be kind of a fun ad, but may start out with EO ads. Could evolve to self-report and approve. And I don't know if this sunk in entirely too, but there's going to be 3 flavors of awards generally.
Ooh,
This is the
there's
like
one strawberry.
you've been, yeah, and then chocolate and vanilla.
Oh, nice.
A real Neapolitan.
The Neapolitan.
Is there a dub sludge flavor? Because dub
And
sludge is where I'm at.
the rest. Absolutely. And so one of the flavors gets assigned. That's sort of like a manual assign. The other 2 are all like, hey, we saw you like won X number of tournaments. You got moved to level 1 of like this tiered badge. Like, good on you. That happens automatically. So there's going to be a set number of these ones that are like manually assigned, and everything else is like, system managed. Let's say, yeah.
So I mean, in theory, if you wanted to get crazy, right, you could have a community-driven tier where folks can just make up their own badges, submit icons, and it could be a picture of the Wookiee drinking. And when you take a shot with the Wookiee, you can say, "Hey, I got this badge."
We'll take a
relegate it to its own spot because it might get messy.
We'll take a picture
But
too. Don't worry.
you could
I like pictures.
as
Yeah,
evidence.
we'll take volunteers for content moderation, and then see how it pans out.
Yeah. Well, the Wookiee mooning on the image might be a problem, I suppose. Yeah.
Listen, everyone has different motivations. So maybe that, we talked about that. Maybe that motivates people.
Nothing motivates me like drinking with the Wookiee.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. And in fact, I'm waiting for it to load. I'll upload a picture for you guys. Don't worry. I got you guys.
Super.
I got the badge all ready to go.
It only requires 4 pixels of blurring.
Yeah. Well, hold on. That's another joke for another time. I don't think they understand that. All right. Where were we here? Oh, yeah. Just real quick. We wanted to know, where would you like Gigi to send the check for you guys doing all their work for them?
Yeah, I put
What a question.
how would you like Gigi to contact you for paying you for keychain in the work you've done so far? Because we really do appreciate it. I know we have an amazing community, and that to take something that you're skilled in and to be able to apply it to a game that we love, we appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you. And I mean, listen, it's this whole thing is community driven. Like, that's why we did this homage also to your podcast and everything that you've been going strong for such a long time now. And like, right, everything comes back to that. And so if this plays even a small part in continuing our community to grow and bring in new people and just support it, right, that is definitely a reward in itself. And, hopefully, that is something that boosts the game of Keyforge, which boosts Ghost Galaxy to continue making Keyforge, so we can all keep playing, having a good time, doing shots with Dr. Sheep and Wookiee, et cetera, as you do.
I don't do shots with Dr. M. Sheep because he picks people up and dumps them on their head.
I have never picked you up
an
and
achievement.
dumped you on your head.
Not yet.
There's only one person that can claim that achievement.
There's still time.
And that was somebody's proudest Keyforge moment, mind you. So you just
Bleeding from my cranium. That was my proudest. Sorry. Never mind.
So is it at this point that we can tease what is happening, what we're doing?
What are we doing?
Well, I mean, it is next week, Thursday, that we'll be traveling, but do we have... No. Okay. Got it.
Go ahead. I don't know what we're teasing. What are we teasing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
You had ideas.
Jesus!
We're the teasiest of casts, apparently.
We had
we don't even know what we're doing.
We don't even know what we're teasing. What are we teasing?
What have you been working on for Roseville, my friend?
The
this
full
is
art
all
card?
Wookiee work.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've said that twice now. Last episode and this episode, I got full art. Hopefully they show up. They're supposed to be here by the 9th through the 15th, is what
I was
they
also
say.
thinking of some labels, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Well,
That's not that. I
we're
provided
all
the I
working
provided the
together.
pictures for the labels. Hopefully they
That's all part of a steel
Yeah.
thing.
right.
Yeah. So some KeyForge community members have been immortalized in beverages of choice.
Yep.
Look forward to it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's see where
I
we.
think there'll
Those
even be some
building.
beverages for people that aren't going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
There are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I did. I think I created
Watch for
beverage.
pictures.
I think I created beverage labels for all three of you. So watch
Oh yeah,
for pic-
Wookie did make a Vault 25 shirt. That's
Oh,
on
yeah,
our
I forgot about
spreadsheet.
that. Yeah, on our spreadshirt, there is a Vault Tour 2025 shirt. If you guys want to go check that out, you can buy those.
Our model Sydney will be wearing them at Roseville.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, a number of people had asked for different items. So, whether that is a more community driven OP system, whether that is something for vaults where you have a hoodie or a sweatshirt, or something that they haven't even thought of yet, where we have named beverages for our different personalities. There is a lot to be able to come out and check out your local Vault Tour. So if you have not already signed up, please go ahead and sign up. It is a wonderful time, and we got a good group of people, whether they're in the cast here or in the audience, or just frankly people who are listening. It's a really good time. I'd highly recommend it.
Highly recommend. But we do have
Now-
time. We got to do predictions now. Last thing, Drazcor. Last thing. We got to move in predictions. You guys going to stick around for Roseville predictions?
I know it is late. I know it is late for our East Coast friends. So if they need to go, we
No,
can
it's
say
not.
goodbye. Okay. Okay.
Wow. Drazcor's like, nah.
I've been told. I've been told it's not late, so I guess I'll stick around.
Not late. You're staying. You're doing
I'll
predictions.
stick around.
Actually, are you? So, yes. Are you guys coming to Roseville? Any of you?
No.
FOMO is building. FOMO is building hard.
Yeah.
I actually
can't go
thought
either.
maybe. I thought maybe I would see you guys at Rochester, because if we draw a line between like where the three of you are and like create like a little weird triangle shape on the map and then squint really hard, it like sort of kind of goes near Rochester, right?
Yeah, I went to
Mhm.
Rochester last year. It was great. I just had a conflict this time and really wanted to go and couldn't, but I'm hoping to go to Baltimore.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Same deal here. Hoping to go to Baltimore.
Cool.
Trying to figure out. 'Cause,
All
yeah,
right,
I definitely
Wookie.
I created a pretty dope bottle thing for you guys. Trying to find out where that would be. I don't remember where the link was. I had it in here somewhere.
All right. While you look,
here it
I
is.
did update our Roseville Vault Tour prediction. So shall we start, friends? What will our what will our attendance be for Roseville?
Oh, here it is.
It's 47 for the last one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I can give you information. So, no. Last
Sorry.
year.
Last year we had 40.
Yeah, last year we had 40. I know, Sheep. More talking. But last year we had 40 in attendance, 32 sealed, 36 Archon, and 29 Alliance.
You're gonna make us go into
Yeah.
each one?
But that was stacked garbage.
It was
It was stacked, yes.
Would you prefer to start in will it be stacked this time?
Yeah, the answer is no.
Okay. That is a sheep with a no. I apparently deleted sheep too.
There you guys go. There you go. That
Anyone
was a
else?
label I created for you.
No
guys.
stacking. They're
Oh,
not. No, they
What
didn't
was the
do it.
question? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I would say no stacking. I think it's hasn't it been said no stacking? I can't remember, but I would say
They
no
said
stacking.
it.
They said
But
no
you know how these things go.
stacking, but you know. you know.
You know if you know. Okay, so Wookie, you're going with the no as well?
I am gonna go yes.
Ooh, he's gonna go yes. Buck the system.
Again.
I'm gonna go
Dead
yes.
Sync. I heard a no. I threw in a no. I think that Josh is gonna stick to his guns and he's gonna go ahead and say no. JT, quick draw. What do we got?
I think it's going to be no.
Yeah, I'm a no as well.
All right, Wookie.
It was a shame.
It is a hit big or hit low. All right,
the only way I
attendance.
go. So what, we had 40 last year?
40.
I am going to go with 27.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going for the full 50. 5-0.
Ooh, the optimistic sheep coming out. Oh yeah, and in our AC live show notes, you can see the amazing label here for some lovely, lovely friends, and we also have shirts. So nicely done.
For gin, the worst alcohol.
Okay, what do you guys like, gin? Did we choose poorly?
I'm going to go with yes.
Are you talking to us?
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
what's gin?
Oh, I prefer whiskey myself. I think JT
Okay.
prefers whiskey too.
So you're both
Yes,
whiskey.
please.
Dead Sync?
Are we talking just liquor or just beverages in general?
Beverages in
Just-
general.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like a boring. I just like lagers now. That's like my go-to. A nice, inoffensive lager.
Are you like American light lager or like proper German lager?
No, I somewhere in between. Like a craft lager is the ideal. Not like,
German lager.
like I like a Narragansett is fine. It's like a little bit better than like a Bud Light, but it's still pretty cheap.
Just write down Natty Light for Dead Sync, I think.
No. That was enough of that in college. I'm good.
I'm actually
That's
drinking a
right.
nice craft lager right now.
Whoa.
Where's it from?
It's from Vermont.
Okay, well, yes.
Am I
Man,
allowed to
funny
say
how
name
the
brands on
show
here?
moves to liquor and
you can-
everything
you
can- Yeah,
stops.
sure.
Can we get? Is it? There's. Is it Green State? That's a pretty
No,
popular
this-
one there, right?
This is Von Trapp.
Ooh.
Oh,
very
nice.
Oh,
nice.
yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
All
good.
right. Well,
I drank the Valdu triple tonight.
Mm.
That's Belgian triple.
Anyways, remember attendance at the Vault Tour? We were talking about that.
Yeah. But we got distracted by gin.
Yeah, I know.
I think that we are. I think we're
Course.
whiskey and beer.
What
Okay.
has gone wrong?
What beer?
I do want to know.
Liquor becomes
what,
involved, and we're all
whiskey-
like, booze? What?
Yeah, whiskey. JT Russell, Quick Draw, tell us what whiskeys you guys are. Or what's your favorite whiskeys?
I got some Blantons going right now. Love me some Blantons.
Oh, nice. Good choice.
Yeah.
I'm a peated Scotch kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
I like the peated scotches.
Do you have a choice brand?
I have a Port Charlotte that I'm enjoying at the moment.
Nice. Okay. I've not had that.
It's
Cool.
from what's the name of the? It's a very long Scottish word. I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm not going to remember it right now, but Port Charlotte is the label that they make.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right, Wookie. You can ask your
Attendance.
question.
Yeah. What? How many people are going to be there, Draskar?
32. Because we're not, the Canadians are unfortunately not going to show up.
Do we have a lot of Canadians at Roseville last year?
Not a huge amount.
Not a huge
so
amount,
that's
but
why
it was enough.
a couple, a few.
All right, that's you. That's you, Ewok.
All right, I'm going 35 because apparently we also learned that we play by Price is Right rules that
We do.
you can't go over.
You go over, you lose. Yep.
Hmm.
Because
So
this is
that's
true.
important.
That's good to know.
All right, keep us rolling, Ewok.
Did
Eric's at 35,
anyone,
right?
Yeah, did anyone else want to go ahead and say Dead Sync, JT?
Nope.
Quick draw?
That's a,
Yeah,
what do you guys got?
I think here's what I got. Okay, so last year it was the first one, right? Is that sounding correct?
It was
It was.
the first.
And so that tends to, I think, have a down just as a bit. But I know also what's notable, and this is kind of what's preventing me from going. Obviously, I'm happy to be going, but is graduation season, right? That I think will also be a factor as well.
Yeah, college graduation
that's
is right this weekend.
Yeah. So I kind of think between the two, it'll kind of wash. I'm going to say, to honor Price is Right rules, I'm going to say 39. That'll be my guess, with the hope that it'll be 40 exactly, and it'll be an exact repeat.
Okay.
Nice. I'll go 51.
That's high.
Interesting.
There was a really short notice on it last year.
Yeah,
I
there
think it's
was.
gonna do better.
I got to buy my
Hmm.
ticket.
Yeah, you guys are talking me up a little bit. I guess I'll go 40.
Okay.
All right. What do we got next?
What set wins Archon?
The first
GR.
Amber Skies win.
Oh.
Mm.
I'm
Not
going
a
to say
bad
Amber Skies
choice.
too. Yeah, I agree.
Wow. Okay. Double Amber Skies.
Maybe it'll be
You're
dress code.
going
picking,
token.
not picking DT there, Quick Draw?
I almost did.
Uh,
I'll give
You
you a
are a
doubler.
clown.
Oh,
I'll
You
give you
are
a
welcome
doubler
here.
if you're going to go DT.
oh, man.
Oh, Flix
Speaking of
has it there.
clowning, you know what we need?
DM25.
When you guys are
Oh.
creating these Sheep Loves DT icons, we need to create a Canada Loves VM25 and have JML's
JML.
sticker on it. Yeah, that's what you need. Sorry, go ahead.
I think VM25 is
can
not a bad bet.
Yeah, no, I think actually VM25 will top 8.
I can
Whether it
see
wins, I'm
top-
actually inclined to.
Yeah, I think that it will top 8. I definitely think it'll top 8 this season. I don't
It
know if we
already
have enough-
top 8'd.
I'm
You
saying
talking
again.
Amber Skies?
No, I'm
No,
saying
VM25.
DM25.
Oh,
25.
Yeah. I just don't know if there are enough decks open where those individuals are going to be crossover coming here. So
Mm.
Yeah,
that,
I think later in the
that's where-
season.
305 that are scanned
Yeah.
so far.
So I think that it will show up by the end of the season. It will top 8. I don't think that it will be here top 8ing just yet, but that's my personal thoughts. I'm actually going to go GR. I still think that it's a very solid bet and consistent, but I'm throwing for GR.
Yeah, I think GR.
I'm going to go Amber Skies. I think that seeing a lot of GR kind of being dominant in the last event will make people think I should come prepared with some, GR hate a little bit more, and there's a little bit more of that in Archive hate in Amber Skies. So I'm going to say Amber Skies.
Tokens.
Tokens. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and we did see Rochester.
A
so-
Stooge deck make top 8.
Yep.
Well, again, think about what your large board does against GR, and that is important to keep in mind. Wookie?
I'm going talk again as well.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right. Alliance. First of all, will we see more than 10?
Ugh. Do we have a number? Are we putting a number on this?
Yes, 11.
Ooh. I think that you will see 13. I think it will
I'm-
actually be higher,
yeah.
but that's where I'm at.
I don't think it's going to be higher. I'm going to say 9.
9.
7.
Give it the full 16.
Don't say
I'm gonna
7.
16.
That was my number. Damn it,
7. 16 for JT. Wow. Wait, how
Yeah.
many
Mhm.
total did you say, JT? So you said
I said 51 total, so I got more to play with than some of y'all, but yeah.
Can you name 16 people that play Alliance?
We can name 31 currently.
Oh, well, but yeah, but but that's only because it's the only tournament.
Hey,
like
if they
it
go
will
ahead and
select.
stack, if they stack them like Wookiee says, we will definitely have 16. So,
oh, that's
There you
yes,
go.
that's true. But
all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But JT
Jetsink?
did not say said they would not stack. So
Yeah, no.
Everyone
true.
said they wouldn't stack. I'm the only one who said they would.
All right, Dead Sync, what do you think? How many?
I'm going to go 10.
10. All right, and then what set, boys? What set are we looking at?
When
DT.
is PF?
Oh.
When is Prophetic Visions coming out? Like when is the we're shipping it?
got the
for-
shipping email.
Yeah,
Did you
I'm
Or not
glad
say
the
that,
it's
email.
shipped?
yeah, I'm
Well,
glad that you asked, Wookie. So as of today, this afternoon, so May the 8th, the prophecy is coming, and they're basically shipping internationally. And so it says this means we start with Asia, Australia, moving to European packages, then Canada. So that is where, and they're showing with pictures boxes being shipped out. So that email from GameFound did come out today, but they're shipping internationally. So we're still a ways out from the US.
Man.
So it won't be legal at Roseville.
Yeah, no. Well, and
Well, no,
And
it's,
technically, it won't be-
it's technically already legal.
Is it?
no,
Yes,
No.
because it isn't it in
Is
the isn't it
No.
in the thing?
no,
It's
they
in the
changed-
TRG.
Ah.
Mm,
Tournament
Yeah,
rules and
yeah.
guidelines
Josh
has
confirming it,
prophetic
yeah.
visions. Yeah, even John. Remember, the TRG has to say it's legal before it's legal. I thought it was in the tournament rules and guidelines that because Vaultmaster 2025 was in there.
14-day
and
grace period
there's a
for
14-day
Josh.
yeah. Is it in the TRG? I guess I hadn't looked. I had not.
I
seen
thought it
last
was in
time,
there. I know VM25 is in there, isn't it? I don't know.
I think it's in there as a set that exists. I don't think it's.
I don't
don't think
believe
it-
Prophetic Visions is in the TRG yet.
Yeah, I had
My
not seen it
understanding.
in, but I would have to go back and reread that.
Josh, is it in the tournament rules and guidelines? Just give me a Y or an N. That's all I need.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
then,
not.
no.
All right, thank you.
Nope. That's an N.
Okay, so it's not legal. What are we guessing again?
For Alliance, what
Yeah.
what set is going to take Alliance?
Oh, Grim Reminders. You
I'm
gotta
gonna go
find
with
something faster than Grim Reminders.
I'm gonna go with Coda.
Yeah.
All the everybody is out there trying to find craziness in Coda. Because
I'm
now
gonna
it's
go-
Vault Masters is in there and legal for this.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Would you like to go Vaultmaster 25? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, God, no. No. No.
Let me
No.
say this thing and then tell you all the
Yeah.
reasons why I won't be saying that.
I mean, I already put mine in. I'm going to go Amber Skies. I think Amber Skies is going to show up, and there's some.
Coda.
Coda.
I'm going to say let the pips fly, and I'm going to go Amber Skies.
House and
okay. Yeah.
Like
I'm
Amber
definitely going
Skies.
DT. Oh, Amber Skies for JT. I'm going DT. Yeah, and anyone listening, bring your DT Alliance. I don't know. Maybe I'll send you a Whirlpool deck if you win with it or something like that.
Speaking
Are the
of,
French-
did you go ahead?
I was going to ask if Quickdraw has like an inside track and knows the French Alliance players are showing up. You know?
Oh,
If they are, then I'm like,
maybe.
I'm in on DT for sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
I was
They
going to
could be.
ask, quick draw. Did you get a Whirlpool deck for VM25 from Rochester?
Oh yeah, I have two. One of them's in the mail right now. It a little rant here. It was I was checking the tracking today. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday, and it wasn't. And I checked the tracking today, and it went from Pittsburgh, where I live, to Rochester. And I'm hoping that it comes back to Pittsburgh tomorrow. But I'm supposed to have two of them, and the one that's in the mail right now is a geotagged one. So
Very nice.
yeah, once I
Did you
scan that
forget
one in.
Did you forget to raise the tide so that the effects trigger and you get the deck on time?
I don't know what happened. My local postal service is usually all like tied high all the time, but my local postal service, I'm not sure what they did here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
that's
like,
unfortunate.
actually, legit question. If you get a clone of a geotag deck, like all the clones have the same back right now, do you get a geotag clone out of the bargain? Or is like the geotagness lost if you lose the OG deck?
That is a good
I
question.
wonder.
I would assume it's lost.
I would assume so too. I wonder though. Ooh, it could be a fun thing. I thought I saw some notes in there,
Maybe-
but not of that. Whirlpool decks.
Maybe Josh will tell us in the chat.
Yeah, I will
What do you
say
mean?
shout out
Why,
to
why would the geotagness be lost?
because
Geotag is on the back of the deck, and the back of
Yeah.
the decks are.
Oh, that's right there on the back, not the
modified or
front.
changed. Yeah, I will say quick draw that we have an amazing community. Just people being able to reach out, whether that is for Sydney's personalized art or whether that is for Whirlpool, just different cards that stick out to us. So the community is amazing that they
Oh, yeah.
take good care of us.
I had 2 people reach out to me immediately with the VM25 Whirlpool decks and just basically gave them to me. So everyone's awesome.
I did open up all of my Geotag decks from all around the world last year. I did collect one from each or more, and I did not get a Whirlpool for you. I know you're still looking for the one. I think
Yeah,
China and
China's the only one. Yeah.
my China deck did not have Whirlpool, so I could not.
Dang. Yeah. If anyone owns a Geotag China Whirlpool deck, it's probably the only one in the world, and I would really like it.
Oh man, that's in my box of Doom. I might have shredded that one. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just need the Archon card. Oh no, we were wondering about that.
Yeah. I keep my Archon cards. That's the one thing I do keep because I actually. Who posted it? Here we go on a weird sidetrack, but I think it was Pete that posted it, and it was the cube thing, and it got me thinking about like Keyforge Cube and actually drafting Keyforge and yada yada, because it was the 100 Ornithopter deck, and kind of like all the fun things that like that has done. You know, like the like each Ornithopter, like when it's the killing Ornithopter, like you're allowed to, you know, you put like the kill counter on the Ornithopter and you're allowed to like alter it in whatever way you want. And I'm like, that's a dope idea if like we could only figure out how to draft Keyforge. Like that would be so cool to like do something very similar to that, to have a cube where like it just really becomes community driven, right? Like you take it to a vault or whatever, KFC or just even your locals, and like it just becomes its own thing. Like every Ornithopter in there has like a number, right? And then like it's a really cool video. It's who did it? Was that, I forget his name.
Pete put it in
Ristic Studies.
Ristic
Studies, who does, and I was like, that is a sweet idea. I wish we could somehow get that to translate to Keyforge. I'll think of it, and then it'll be a bad idea, and then they'll immediately adopt it. Don't worry, guys.
This is why we're doing the Shredder Survivor Cube. This is what we want to do.
Yeah, well, because you had said something about that too, and I was like, man, you know, that's a really such a like Cube and Keyforge is like, even just drafting Keyforge is such like an interesting idea. Just I don't know how to make it work. So
Well, there's this format called sealed, and like you just do that.
Yep, you got it. But like, I don't think you understand how Cube works, right? Because I want to take, because I'm real interested in making my Keyforge After Dark Cube, right? So you take all the naughty cards in Keyforge, and there's plenty of
Which
them.
one? Name a naughty card in Keyforge.
All right, well, let me just give me 1 second.
Many were uttered at KFC.
Yeah, we had a whole list.
I was going to say we have now hit our 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah,
But,
keep
we're apparently
going.
into naughty time.
Keep
so.
going. Keep going with predictions. I'll get you some naughty cards. Hold on.
I'm getting a naughty deck from Unfathomable. They're sending me one from their bulk list that I can't believe no one else claimed. The name is The Man Who Is Remarkably Hot.
That's not crazy.
Oh,
That's a good name.
It's a good name. It is a good name. But that's not like the crazy one that's there like, oh, we're going to need that back.
Yeah, no, it's not from Coda.
I think we just need to talk to our Germans. When I went and played soccer over in Austria and Germany, I found it hysterical that you would have cartoons, and cartoons would switch over to porn. Just cartoon to porn, and then in the morning it just switched right back.
Right back to cartoons, huh?
I don't know how those two are on the same channel
Yeah,
right
why
after
not?
each other. Like, hey, we're watching, here's the Cat in the Hats cartoons, and then boom, we switch over.
Because a lot of other cultures aren't as freakish about sex and nudity like we are around here. Classy boobs, man. Classy boobs.
Classy boobs. I just think it was very interesting that, this is really for a kids network, but there you go.
So
Germany's got it going.
We can do a couple of things, right? So like, here we go. We got Bornitz Touch, right? Ooh. That's kind of dirty, right? Like, EE on the fringes, not crazy, but if you strike that out and it's EE on the fingers, right? We can change a few things, right?
I'm just sorry for everyone still listening to us.
Arise, right? Like, you can take that as you will, right?
Back to your Johnny Longfingers jokes.
Johnny Longfingers, right? That's a great card, right? This is phenomenal. I'll get some.
I know. I
Different
remember
ideas of
Genetic
phenomenal.
Blast was a
Genetic Blast was one of them. Yep, that was one of them. I think Toxin was in there, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So I mean, we'll make this happen.
I mean, we were just talking about we don't understand childish, goofy cartoons right up against raunchy porn. I mean, that's basically our show.
Yeah. Oh, look. Now everyone. Hollowed Blaster, Deep Probe, Intentional Discharge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
listen, if you think about it, this happens and then you have kids. So
mating
all
season is right in there. Come on. Like that one's just giving it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
All right.
Well,
anyways,
what
are we playing for? Did we do what we're playing for Sealed? Is that what we're doing?
No, we're gonna be playing Amber Skies.
Bump in
Amber
the night.
Skies.
There you go. See, everyone's getting involved. Why does this show like? I always find it funny because like we release
this is
a
why
show.
we'll get more hits on this show because of the ending.
Because of the ending. But like, whenever you go look at our past episodes, right? It's never about whatever happened in the episode. It's about the weird shit that happens in the episode, right? Like when I played that crazy song, nobody actually listened to the episode. They're just like, "What the hell is this?" And like that's what everyone talked about.
Yep, that's true.
Fat Juicy, and then the episode we talked about Star Trek. It was like 3 days of just like. No, Deep Space Nine's the best. Like Deep
Space Nine is the best Star Trek.
We did say
100%.
Yeah,
we were
I
going to do a
Deep Space
Patreon
Nine.
episode, didn't we? That's
we
right.
did. We still got time. We'll figure something out.
We still could.
Deep Space
Star Trek
Nine
still
is
exists.
the best.
Oh.
Is the best.
Yeah. I can talk about Babylon 5 too, because that's actually the best.
I would have. You are wrong.
Oh wow, Sheep has strong feelings about this. I hear.
So good.
I just recently heard them, but he has strong feels about.
What are you talking about? You're ridiculous, Sheep. All right, hold on. Guests, Dead Sync, JT Russell, Quick Draw. What's your sci-fi opinions?
What are your sci-fi opinions? All of them right now.
I'm a Trekkie. I do believe Deep Space Nine is hands down
not a big Star Trek fan generally. I mean, enjoy it, but I wouldn't call myself a Trekkie. But I have a hard time voting against Jean-Luc Picard. So, like, I see we were coming with Deep Space Nine, but like, you can fight for number 2, I guess.
Man, nobody's an original series man here, huh? I mean, did Han shoot first?
Ain't none of us old.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan. I just this is timely as well. People need to be watching Andor. That show is insane.
That show is really good.
It's so much better than any Star Wars show should be. Like, and I say that as someone who likes Star Wars.
Yeah,
I've not watched season 2 yet, but because we have to watch as a family and we got to slot that in. But season 1 was amazing.
Season 2 might be better. Might be better.
Wow!
I don't think there's a might. I think it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's just it's very, very good. Very, very good. I'm not gonna give anything away. And also we need more of these like, okay, 2 years ago they did Tales of the Jedi and then it was Tales of the Sith. This year was Tales from the Underground. Like those little like 15-minute episodes are so good.
Some of them. I feel like it's hit and miss, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I disliked any of them.
Wow.
I thought they were all really good.
I thought they were kind of not memorable. I did kind of enjoy Skeleton Crew. Like it was.
I didn't watch Skeleton Crew.
It was very kitschy, like just very much like it was supposed to be the Goonies, basically.
Yeah.
And you just go into it knowing, what to expect out of it, and it was pretty entertaining, I thought.
Yeah, I'm just what am I waiting for? I don't remember what I'm waiting for now. But yeah, I totally forgot that they were releasing it, and I watched that and I was like, oh, both these are pretty good. I enjoyed both of them. They're quick and easy to digest and like nothing crazy, and they were both fun. So all right, we've gone off on a whole tangent.
All right, yeah.
We'll see you all in the past episodes chat next week, and you can tell us why why we're all wrong about Andor, but it is really good. With that being said, I guess anything else you guys want to say about keychains?
There is one thing that we didn't talk about that I only bring this up because I might actually do some work when we get to this point, but I really want to localize this in other languages for a lot of the foreign players. So I hope that this does not remain an English only website. So JT and I have been talking for a while about, how to go about starting the internationalization and localization and for the Python language stuff. And I actually, I worked in localization by trade. So this is actually something that I could help with. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice. Whole world view. Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
I would just say thanks to people who have been checking it out. Obviously, not everything's polished yet, and there's still.
I guess just to kind of last thoughts from me. Appreciate getting the exposure for the project. Coming on and talk with you folks about it. So, big thanks, much kudos for letting us come on and nerd out about it.
Absolutely.
Totally.
All right. And with that being said, we'll see you all probably early next week because we're leaving on Thursday. We're going on a trip in our favorite Ewok ship. Zooming on 94 to Roseville, Minnesota.
Or don't.
The Walkmobile. The Walkmobile has gone away, but we do have a new Darth Vader, so it has been replaced.
We upgraded the walk wagon.
Wow.
We didn't do nothing.
It's true.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything. Ewok did everything. But
Yeah,
it's now a bigger, better, and much darker walk wagon. Much blacker walk wagon.
Walkier.
It's even walkier than before. And with that being said, we'll see y'all next week.
Happy forging, everyone.
May the Forge be with you. And again, thanks, Dead Sync, JT Russell, and Quick Draw. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you. Indeed.
Immature.